Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Heat Press for Profit podcast. I can't believe it. We are on episode 74. Isn't that crazy? We've been at this for a while. We are broadcasting live here on Facebook, on YouTube, LinkedIn, and more. So if you are watching us live, thank you for joining us live. We want to make sure you are shouting out where you are joining from and who you are. If you are listening to just the podcast from wherever you listen to podcasts, that's great. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We are launching a new episode every week, and I would encourage you, in addition to that, to head over to our Facebook, join our Heat Press for Profit community. We love interacting with you guys. There's a lot of stuff in there from our peers who are also in the heat printing industry. I'm Jenna Sackett. I'm your host for today's topic. And please join me in welcoming Rachel Hoskins from SOC 101 to the show. Rachel, how's it going?
It's going good. This is my first podcast. I was joking with Jenna that I didn't know if I should whisper and do some ASMR, but I won't be here today. We'll see what happens.
Wow, not ASMR. That is incredible.
But yes, I'm Rachel Hoskins. I'm the VP of Sales at SOC 101. And I'm really excited to be here today. And always, Stalls is a great partner to us. And we appreciate all that they do.
We appreciate you guys. I'm so excited you took some time out of your busy schedule to join us. We have a lot of people who are already commenting ahead saying that they're very excited for today's topic. So we're really happy to have you on. I think this is a really niche topic, but one that you guys have really honed in on and shifted your focus to really customization in this space. And you have been known for it for a while because of it. You guys are crushing it. So I actually saw that you guys wrapped up a couple of recent projects. I was watching your Instagram stories. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yes. And it's niche, but I saw this somewhere and it said, if you think cool shoes are not important, 3 words: Cinderella, Jordan, Dorothy. Okay. It matters. Okay. People are not wearing dress shoes as often as they are wearing sneakers with their dress clothes. Since COVID, especially, we also want to be comfortable, but also still stylish and promote our where we're proud to work. But yeah, we just wrapped up a couple really cool projects. We did some 900 pair of Air Force Ones, and they just had their logo subtly on the back heel. We also are doing some Cole Haans, so like a dressier, more corporate company, but they're putting theirs on the back, also on the back heel, just a little subtle mark to be like to co-brand so that they can wear what they would normally wear, but also like show off their brand and who they are. So I thought that was really cool and interesting, and we just can't wait to get more opportunities like that.
I love what you just said right before you went into all of that. Can you repeat that? The cool shoes, 3 words, and say that one more time because I loved it so much.
I'm sure someone got it off ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie. But, it said, if you think cool shoes are not important, 3 words: Cinderella, Jordan, and Dorothy.
Oh my God, that is incredible. I love that. Guys, I hope you're taking notes here.
Yes.
She is spitting some great stuff. Well, that is awesome. I love hearing about all of the really cool projects. I think this actually resonates with an episode that we recently did with Jay Bissell, and it was talking about merch that matters. In that episode, and in this episode, I feel like we're going to just be shining a very bright light on SOC 101 and the magic that you guys are bringing to custom goods. You guys are creating products that are not just meaningful, but they're memorable. And I think that you saying that just really leads us into that point, and how being able to hone in on these specifics really helps build your brand identity.
Absolutely.
And that's a question that I think people aren't asking themselves enough when it comes to their businesses. Why does brand identity matter?
Right.
So listeners, I have a question for you, because if you're not thinking about it, you should. Why does brand identity matter? Why is that something that you should be consistently thinking about whenever you are selecting product to show your customers, whenever you're selecting heat transfers to print with, what finishes should you be showing? How does that resonate to your brand identity? If you don't have an answer for that, I'm challenging you guys to really focus on this question and figure out how it resonates. If you guys are feeling confident about it, write it in the comments. Let us know what your brand identity is and what exactly you guys are doing to differentiate yourselves from this growing, massive, competitive industry. So, Rachel, you are, or SOC 101, and you are just doing a really good job of differentiating yourselves. How is that helping drive business success for you?
Well, I want to also touch on something you said. Consumers and like clients of this industry, businesses and consumers are purchasing from people, from companies who they resonate with. And so what your brand is essentially who you are and who your company is, like, shining out to the world. And that matters. So SOC 101, we started in this industry with custom knit socks, right? We were the first to the industry with custom knit socks, and quality was the most important thing to us, and still is. I would argue anybody that we are the best custom knit socks in the game. But then, like, we just kind of built off that. What makes sense? Who we are, being able to kit in house with socks and other people's products, other suppliers' products, and then naturally custom shoes came with it. But again, we always wanted quality and then customer service. And it's more than just customer service, it's customer experience. So it's more just being reactive, it's being proactive and letting our customers know how much they mean to us. I would venture to say, like, most of our customers have become some of our closest friends, and it's genuine. We enjoy being around them. We enjoy going to their end user events. We enjoy seeing them at trade shows and getting to work with them. And I think they actually enjoy working with us too. And that, like, is part of who we are, our brand. We're not corporate. We're silly. I think we put that out there. There's nothing really corporate about us. But I think that's why our certain clients like to work with us, because they know we will, like, shift quickly if we need to. We'll do what it takes to, like, when the order goes wrong, to make it right. And that just becomes who you are. And then people know that, and they know that they can trust you, right? I think I went on a tangent and bring it back, but
I actually, just to reiterate, one of the things you said is we're not corporate, we're silly, and we love that. And I think that is what's going to get you connected with people in a better way.
yeah.
And I want to say, I hate to keep bringing up Jay, but he just coins so many good phrases. And he specifically said in our last, not our most recent, but episode 70, I believe it was, he and I were chatting, and he said, don't be a walking LinkedIn bio. You don't have to be stuffy. You don't have to be corporate. Be silly, get creative, and be friends with your customers, because that's who's going to come back, because they want to work with you. So I love that you said that, because that really just puts an asterisk under one of the things under brand identity, right? Is just being able to resonate with your customers and evoke emotion and be meaningful to them, instead of just looking at it as transactional.
Right. One of our salespeople actually yesterday, their client got sock samples from a competitor of ours and called her and was like, "Oh, thanks for the samples." And she's like, "What?" But she kept talking to her, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, they're not from you, but I'd rather work with you. So can you help me with this opportunity?" And, like, that makes my heart glow, because like, that it is. And this industry is so relationship based. I grew up in this industry, and that's the one thing that has stayed constant, is how relationship based it is. And it's because of who these people are. Like, it just matters. But yeah, I wanted to go. Where do you want to go next? I kind of wanted to go to our custom shoes.
I would love to. So that was actually where I was headed. So
Okay.
great minds think alike. Thank you. I was just getting ready to say, you were mentioning you guys go to a lot of trade shows. And whenever we go to trade shows, it's a very crowded market, and there are a lot of brands offering a sea of similar product and services, but you guys are the differentiator there. You guys aren't offering everything else that people offer. T-shirts, lanyards, notepads, like you name it. There's a lot of things out there with a bunch of logos on it, right? But you guys are the differentiator here. And so I'm going to let you take it away and talk about some of the stuff you guys have created for this space.
So we do completely custom shoes, one pair minimum, which is huge because this industry has a lot of online stores and people don't want to have inventory. So we make completely custom shoes.
Oh, look at that.
So this is a Sock 101 shoe, of course, but yeah, it's, I mean, ones that are inspired by name brands. You could do something more, you know, just like subtle, or you could be more loud with it, whatever you want. We have in-house designers, so we take all of that work off your hands.
And sorry to interrupt real quick for our listeners that aren't able to see the shoe. So Rachel is actually holding up a couple of examples of shoes that they've done, and these are very retail shoes that you would go and see in a Dick's Sporting Goods or a Nike store or a Converse store. Like, these are retail, and they are just really leveling up or stepping their game up, right? Hashtag step your game up. With some of the customization that they're doing on here.
Yeah. So then we just, you know, we were all the custom shoes. We kept getting one request, like name brand shoes, name brand shoes. And we're like, these are inspired by name brand. Like, you are going to love them. Why not have your own brand? And yes, that's great for some people, but some people are going to be brand snobs, or, you know, or brand matters, you know, whatever it is. And so I got here, I started Sock One back in December, and I was like, hey, you have a heat press back there. And what's that Stahls Hottronic heat press you got back there? I was like, we can brand on name brand shoes too. So customers supply the sneakers, and then we will brand them in-house. So say the Chiefs are having an event and they want some dunks, and they want actual Nike dunks because they want that to be associated with their brand. They're giving these away at an event, or giving these to a VIP suite holder, or what have you. So we can decorate these in-house. Or, you know, something small too. If they just wanted, you know, just a logo on there. It doesn't have to be 5 logos on there. But with having a partner like Stahls, we can do different mediums. Like, this is their leather patch, and this is the direct to film transfers. But we could put really anything on it. So that has opened up so many doors for us, because there are the people who will pay and want the name brand shoes. Whether it's the promotional product distributor or the decorator buying the shoes and sending them to us, or the client buying the shoes, they send them to us, and then we decorate them and ship them back out. We can even put them in custom boxes that have to do with the event or whatever they're going for. So it's just another way to do custom shoes, not just inspired by name brands, but if they have a higher budget and they want to decorate a name brand shoe, we can do that. Or we can do, I won't get ahead of myself, Jenna.
That's okay. No, I think that's great. And so, well, and for the viewers, and I know we work with a lot of our viewers are actually decorators themselves. So, as far as the process goes for decorating these shoes, you said that you're using a Hottronics heat press to put patches, leather patches, and Ultra Color Max direct to film transfers on there, right? So what does that process kind of look like? Has it been efficient for you guys? Is it successful with the end client? Like, tell us a little bit about that process.
Yeah, so I knew about, because I've known Jenna for a while now, and she had, you know, she knew that I went over to Sock 101. She's like, you know, we have a shoe platen. I was like, you have what? And I was like, I need that immediately. So we got it. We started testing our own shoes, and you can easily slide the shoe. I wish I had it up here, but you can slide the shoe on there, but both at one time, and you can just heat press it down, pull the heat press down, and it's on. Like, and I think it's just it is a memorable experience for that end client to see their logo with a Nike or whatever.
Mhm.
And people might also, the questions have come up to us and they're like, well, do you get in trouble for like co-branding with Nike, Adidas, whatever? No, as long as the end client is not reselling them on eBay or whatever, like these are being given away as gifts. Once you buy a Nike, you can do whatever you want with it. So you can decorate it, you can do whatever. But they're great gifts and like incentives for employees too.
Right. So we just got a comment come in. And so it says, how are you able to do these shoes with the heat press? So like Rachel just mentioned, she already has a Hoptronics auto clam. The only thing that she needed in addition to that was an interchangeable platen known as a shoe platen. And so we are dropping in links here for you guys to follow after the broadcast. Stay with us. But follow those links. They are going to direct you to the accessories Rachel is using to be able to put the patches and the direct to film transfers on. We also do share a lot of education based around this. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to the Stalls TV YouTube channel, we do have educational videos and how-tos of exactly the process Rachel is talking about. It's very simple. If you're already having your Hoptronics heat press, you just need that additional platen, and then you can load on shoes there on the side, on the back, or the toe, whatever way you want. We do a lot of tips and tricks around that so that you guys can learn how to do it too. And Rachel, thank you so much for being an advocate for this because, like you said earlier, you might not think this could be something as big as it is until you're in it, right? And so it's just as simple as getting out in front of the customer, talking to the right people, and connecting with people that want the cool shoe or want the customized shoe. And I love that you talked about really creating that tailored experience based on the client that you're working with and sitting down and communicating with the customer. We want to be more emotional, less transactional, right? So it's about asking the questions. Do you want the Nike or are you good with something that looks very similar, but it doesn't have the Nike swoosh, right? Like there's a lot of conversations to be had and you're learning more about the customer and how you can best serve them. So for our listeners out there or our viewers currently that are like, there's no way I could get into the shoe game right now. It doesn't have to be shoes, guys. It could be, think outside of the box. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could just be shirts. It could be bags. It can be hats. There's a lot of unique things that you can be doing that are tailored specifically to a client and really reflects their unique preferences. And so, Rachel, we were just talking about this this morning. I sent you a reel of Adidas.
Yes.
And speaking of creating really fun and unique experience, they were actually offering customized options on their shoes. And it directly related to one of their brand values. And guys, if you don't see this coming full circle, I'm going to help bring it around. If you really hone in on your brand identity and can understand your values as a brand, you can help build products that relate directly to that so that your clients are resonating well. And Adidas did this very well. They have a viral post going around on Instagram right now. One of their brand values is individuality. And I love that. I love that for this industry. I think a lot of us should build that into our mission or our vision for our brands. Individuality, encouraging self-expression and creativity. And they did exactly that by popping up a creative station in one of their stores where clients could or customers could walk up, buy the shoe that they wanted, and then they moved over to this station where they had limited edition charms. They had shoestrings made out of creative fabrics, and people were able to customize their shoe by simply picking out fabric and charms and making their own shoestrings and putting charms on the shoes. And it's gone viral. People love it because it's engaging. People are resonating with it. Those creative people out there that love those sneakerheads, right? Like
Mhm.
whoever it is, there's so many different avenues that this can really resonate with, and people are loving it. And I think that's exactly what you guys have achieved by popping up the shoe bar.
Yeah, we did a shoe bar at ASI Chicago, and it was incredible. People were taking off their shoes, and we had a bunch of different direct film transfers from stalls. We had the chenille transfers. We had embroidered transfers, stitch print. We had all different options, like just fun, like Chicago themed, and then just like trendy different things that people could essentially tattoo their shoes. So they were taking off their Nike Blazers, they were taking off their Converse and adding fun different transfers right there. So they were picking them out, placing them, and then we were heat transferring them on site. It went incredible. And it was showcasing that we can do this, but it's also showcasing people who have have a Hotronics or whatever. You can do this too for your clients and create an experience. And if your client doesn't have a budget for a real Converse or a real Air Force, you can always come to Sock 101 and get a more like toned down version, even like doing their PMS color for the shoe. And then, like Jenna was saying, each individual employee or each individual attendee can have make it their own, have their individuality stick out and be like, wait, this is how I personalized my custom shoes. Like, how did you do it? And it's just super engaging. And it was so much fun to see their reactions and everyone just okay, I'm taking my shoes off right now. Like, they've spent how much on these shoes and they're ready to put more decoration to make it their own.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome to see. I got to see it. I was there at ASI Chicago. I wanted to go see our heat press and our patches and direct to film in action. And so if you guys want to check it out, we did share it on social media. It is posted on the stalls heat printing Instagram. We tagged Sock 101 on it. So if you're already following them there, you can check it out there. But definitely take a look at it because the interaction and just the energy, it was consuming. You walked into that booth and imagine you're walking the trade show floor and you're having all these meetings and you're seeing all of this product. And then you just see this shoe bar out of nowhere with this electrifying energy. People are having fun. People actually, not only were they taking off their shoes, they prepared and brought shoes as well that they weren't wearing because they were so excited. And I think there's a lot to be said about reaching out to your clients and inviting them to something so that they can feel a part of it. So guys, if you're getting a lot of takeaways from this episode, I think that's another one of them. Being outreaching, inviting your customers to do something fun. And it's something that you can do too. A lot of our listeners are heat printers already. And the beauty of what we're talking about is it's something that you can do too, right? It doesn't have to be shoes. It doesn't have to be shirts. It can be whatever you want it to be. That's the beauty of the versatility in heat printing. And so, utilizing transfers and patches, you can offer a unique customization experience all of your own.
I also saw at Lollapalooza, someone was having a sock bar where they were custom,
Cool.
they were doing heat transfers. I saw those stalls heat transfers there. And they were transferring on socks. Right now, crew socks are super trendy athletic socks. And so you could
Thanks,
do
Gen Z.
the quarter crew athletic, the crew athletic. People are showing their socks. So again, if we're looking at different budgets, it's less than a t-shirt. If you wanted to do a sock experience, a shoe experience, or add socks to shoes and have a whole experience around footwear, that would be so fun.
Yeah. Guys, all of this to say the demand for personalized products is booming, right? So yes, it is competitive, but like we said at the start of the show, understanding your brand identity, connecting your core values, and putting that all together in a pretty bow for a personalized experience for your client base is just going to help you either extend your revenue stream, enhance customer engagement. Like there's just so many great things that can come out of this. And we are here to help, think of logistics, things, that you might need a little bit more to, how do I make this efficient? How do I make sure this is a good revenue stream for me? We're here to help answer those questions and work as a little bit of a guidance for you. So feel free to reach out to us at any point. As we are coming to a close, Rachel, thank you so much for coming on and telling us a little bit about it. I love just seeing how people are utilizing heat printing in different ways. And you guys are just really killing it. And I love seeing it. So thank you for coming on and sharing some of that with us.
Thanks for being such an awesome partner to us, Jenna.
Yeah, of course.
For me here today for my first podcast. I did it ASMR. I'm gonna make another one for that.
So, Rachel, where can our audience stay connected with you and with SOC 101 and just stay up to date with some of the stuff that you guys are shaking up in the industry?
Yes, our Instagram at SOC 101 promo. We're posting all of the time. LinkedIn, SOC 101 promo. You can also follow me, Rachel Hoskins. And email. You can feel free to email me if you're wanting to get socks for an event or inspired by name brand shoes for an event. Reach out, 1 pair minimum. We can help you.
That's awesome. The power of one. Nobody talks about it enough.
No, they don't. And really the only time you can do the power of one is with this and with heat transfers.
Absolutely. Beautiful little thing we got going on here.
This is a beautiful relationship, Jenna.
All right. Well, thank you again so much. Thank you for all of our listeners for tuning in today. We will catch you next week for episode 75. See ya.